guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to the channel of chilled, relaxed plant content where we talk about our plants, we try to learn the best way to grow them, and we share the information with our planty friends in order to do so. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, hit the subscribe button. Let's be plant friends. So today, this is going to be my June plant haul. Now, I did order a lot, I received a lot of plant mail in the month of June, but I also did some in-person plant shopping, and I mostly did that on my trip moving basically from New Hampshire back down to New York. So there were two shops that I stopped at. It was House by the Side of the Hill in Wilton, New Hampshire, and then Paul and Sandy's 2 in New Hampton, Connecticut. And then, I also popped in to a couple of local Lowe's and Home Depots, and I'll show you those plants at the end. But yeah, so we're gonna go over these plants here first, and yeah. So we'll start with New Hampshire first, and a couple of these plants they're like doubles of, because I'm moving back down here, and where I live now doesn't have really any plant shops, so I'm kind of like trying to plan what plants I wanted where and stuff like that. So I bought a Rainbow Zebra Tradescantia for $6.99. And I have another one of these that I got in the mail, and I'm going to put them together in a larger hanging basket. And the plan is to have this plant trail and be beautiful. So, yeah. And sometimes it's just cheaper to buy the two smaller plants than a larger plant. Why that is, I don't know, but it is what it is. So, alright, the next one I got from there, it's a little stuck. They're all like in a box, so, is this new red philodendron, or it's Philodendron Celome New Red. I have, I think this plant already. I know I have the Philodendron Celome somewhere, and yeah, I think it's the same plant. It looks pretty, and I wanted to pot these guys up together so that it was more of like a full plant, because it's cool that the climbing philodendrons like climb up and stuff, but if you only have one in the pot, it can look bare if some of the lower leaves drop off, and they always do. And I picked up this one because there are actually two little pups in there, so I thought that was really cool. And I really like the dark burgundy color that the leaves come out. They eventually fade to like a dark green, but the newer leaves look almost like black. And this guy's kind of like toppling over. He needs like a better stick system, but I will eventually get there. Also, the edges, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, is a red. It's like a translucent red. And the veins on the bottom are also red. It's a very pretty plant. I really like it. Okay. Ooh, let's see. The next plant I bought, I have a small cutting of it. I think I got it from Kayla's Plants on YouTube. Go check out her channel. She's really cool. But it just says assorted terrarium plants, but I think it's a Castophylla, some type of Castophylla. But I love the striking venation on it. And then the backs are also really pretty. It has like an ombre purple to green kind of look, and it's really pretty. It was flowering. The flowers have all dried up. But yeah, I have that piece, and I'm going to add it to this and kind of start making a fuller, larger pot of this. It grows very similar to like a Tradescantia. I don't really know the difference between the Callistias and the Tradescantias, but I don't know, but it's really pretty. Okay, so going on with the Tradescantia theme, I have these two little Zebrinas, and again, I have a couple of cuttings. I used to have a really large pot, but it like slowly got really leggy, and then I gave some away, and I don't know, the pot I put a whole bunch of different Tradescantias in one pot, and one Tradescantia kind of like took over and choked out all the other ones, so we're starting over. So I have these two guys. I also have, I think I got another, maybe I didn't, but this is going to be the start of a hopefully nice trailing Tradescantia plant soon. I got two of them. They were both $3.99. So was the other Castophylla, or this guy. So most of their 2-inch plants are $3.99, just in case I forget to mention it. Alright, and then the next plant I bought, I was like kind of shocked to see it there, is a Philodendron Silver Sword. How much do you think I paid for this? $10, $9.99. That's really cool. And again, I have one. I'm going to pot this up with it so that it's nice and full and it can start trailing and climbing, and it'll just look fuller and bushier. So this is the newest leaf it just put out. It's not done hardening off. It does look like the tip got a little cut, but that's fine. It is also pushing out a new leaf right here. So yeah, I'm excited to have like full plants of climbing philodendron. The little plant I got is a little purple passion plant, and it was for $3.99. I got this because my original purple passion plant is not doing well. There was like a little underwatering accident, and then like the move, and it did not like moving. So I just got this other little one to add to it and hopefully make the plant look a little bushier. But this is such a pretty plant. If you have any tips or tricks on how to grow this, let me know, because so far I'm struggling. Alright, so the next couple of plants, or the rest of the plants that I got from this shop is are succulents. So I got a Sinencio lavender vertical leaf. That's how it's spelled. I have one of these guys already. I just wanted to make it a fuller plant, and it was for $3.99, so I picked her up. And I really like this plant. It's relatively easy. It tells you when it needs water. It's a good succulent. And then I got a Crassula Moon Glow. This was kind of expensive, $14.99. I also have a piece of this, and it's not doing that well. So I kind of was as like a backup. But, you know, I'm going to pot them up together, and hopefully they do really well. Hopefully. Okay, the next little plant was $6.99, and it says Rare Haworthia. It's just one of those like clear top ones. I have a couple of them. I don't think I have this one. This one's like a darkish purpley maroon. So I just wanted to get it to like add to my little collection of clear top Haworthias, or I'm not even sure if they're called Haworthias really, but yeah. So that was what I got. Okay, so the next grouping of plants, I'm going to just start showing you two at a time. They're all different Haworthias, and they range, this one was $3.99. I think this is a type of like warty guy, or warty Haworthia, something like that. I'm not 100% sure. I have this one that's more pointy. This one was $6.99. This guy, Haworthia. Oh, see, some of them have like real names. So Haworthia herbaceae for $3.99. This is more of like a dark green, solid dark green with lighter white bumps along the edges. And then this one is Haworthia limifolia for $3.99, where the bumps are more linear on the leaf shape. This one's got a couple of pups coming out, so that definitely needs a repot. So be prepared for a lot of Haworthia repottings. We have Haworthia fasciata for $3.99, and this is like, I guess, a smaller leafed one with more brighter, prominent, linear white bumps on them. Also has a couple of pups growing in there. And then I bought another one of the Haworthia, a little warty. That's what it is. So this is the one I have originally, where the edges are more rounded and the bumps are more vertically lineated. Where this Haworthia, like, the edges are pointier, and the lighter bumping is a little different. But this was also $3.99. I'm going to add it to my larger one and kind of start growing them out. And the last two are just listed as Haworthia assortment. So if you know the names of these guys, let me know. So this one is like mostly like a mint green. Very cool. Like the bumps, most of the leaves are the same color as the bumps, with a couple of like lineated dark green spots. It's so pretty. I don't know if this is like, you know, like an Albo one or what. And then this one, I just thought was cute. It's got the points. It's got the dots. It looks almost a little fuzzy. It's really not, but it looks fuzzy. So if you know what these two are called, let me know. I think I know. No, this one I also don't know the name of. If you know any of the names of these guys, just let me know. Rare Haworthia. What does that mean? Okay, so that is done. Let me make some room, hopefully. Okay, so the next shop that I stopped at was Paul and Sandy's too. Jacqueline Jungles does a lot of tours there, so if you want to see, you know, what the store looks like, go check out her channel. And also the owner, Karen, has her own YouTube channel, so go check her out. And she, like, you know, promotes what she has coming up and stuff like that. So if you're traveling and in the area, I highly recommend both of these nurseries. They're very, very nice. All right. So the first one is this guy. It is a Begonia Brevimosa. It was for $24.99. I have one of these already, so I bought a second one to fill out the pot. But I just really like the dark green with the bright pink. Very pretty. Very pretty. And I like how the splotches are elongated and kind of like run down in between the veins of the leaves. So, very pretty. I am a little nervous about like some of the begonias I got. I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure it'll all work out. It'll all work out. Alright, so the other one, another one I got two of. They are the Philodendron Fuzzy Petioles. They were $16.99 each. And I picked up two, so again, I could have a fuller pot of them. And I think it would just look really cool to have them together, growing up like a pole, and developing fuzzy petioles. The petioles aren't really fuzzy right now. There's like, you can feel like slight bumping to where like, I guess the fuzziness is gonna eventually be. But once this plant matures, I'm confident the petioles are gonna be very fuzzy. And I'm very excited to see it. I also don't have a climbing philodendron with leaves like this, so it ticked off 2 boxes. Okay. Ooh, I'm moving you. Sorry. Hope that didn't mess up the angle. It's fine. Okay, and then I also picked up 2 of these begonias. These are the Begonia Miss Mummies. Again, it's like a dark green, almost black looking color with pink dots. It's so pretty. And also the undersides are like a dark maroon color. This one's also flowering. It's a light pink flower. And yeah, I'm gonna pot these guys up together so I have a nice full bushy begonia and start staking them up and climbing them. That's the plan. And the next one I want to show you was $49.99. This is the Monstera Standleyana. I also have a plant of this, but again, I want to just fill it out. So I picked this guy up. And also the Miss Mummies were $9.99 if I forgot to mention that. So just so you know. But yeah, I just really like this plant. I want to grow them up a pole next to each other and just kind of like see how that looks. I think it would look really cool. It's got some good variegation on it. I mean, I'm not a crazy variegation person, but you know, I will say it's pretty when it's pretty, so it is pretty. Okay, and the next, I have 2 more plants left to show you from a local nursery, and then we'll jump over to the big box stores. So, the Hoyas, guys. And this one, look at how nice and big this was. This is a Hoya Caudata Sumatra. It is very fuzzy. The leaves are thinner than I thought they would be. It's not the wrinkly edged Caudata that I, originally wanted, but it does have that splotching on the leaves if you give it enough sunlight. It's so fuzzy. And it was $49.99, and that's kind of like where I'm at for a 4-inch pot of Hoya. That's like a good price for me, as long as it's like, a decent size. And I think this is decent. It has a bunch of leaves. It's got a bunch of tendrils. It's already starting to grow. And yeah, I'm excited. I really need to start getting trellises made for my Hoyas because they're kind of getting unruly. But yeah, so the Caudata Sumatra. And then the last plant, this was the last one I picked up, is a Hoya versicolata, formerly Parasitica / heartleaf. So that. And this was $34.99, and it's 1 strand with 3 leaves. I will say this mix is like very airy, so for me it's no good, but for people in like more humid areas it would be great. But yeah, I just really liked these leaves, and it has this long tendril. It looks like some of the nodes are starting to activate, which is really great. And yeah, I'd like to get this guy starting on a tendril I think that would look really cool. And then it'll start putting out leaves, and it'll be gorgeous. Okay, so those are the plants I bought at local nurseries. Next, I'm going to show you the plants that I got at Home Depot and Lowe's throughout the month. And those plants are mainly just for like decoration purposes around the house. The plants that I really, really like and covet stay in this room where the cats and dogs and humans don't really enter, just plant nerds. And the plants around the house are, for the most part, plants that if something were to happen, I can easily or semi-easily replace them. And yeah, for the most part. My large Hoyas are out there, but I really had no other space for them. And they're up on a wall where really nobody should be able to get to them. But anyway, so let me take you to the other plants. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, so the first one I'm going to show you is this big old Dracaena. This is the one I was in love with. And I kept going back and I kept seeing it. And I eventually pulled the trigger and I bought it. It was for $48.99. I got it at Walmart. It has these beautiful cream edges with this dark green. I really love it. It's on top of my grow tent, so it's hard for you to see it without a step stool, and I'm too lazy to grab that for now, but yep. And then this is like a little preview of my Dracaenas, very pretty. I also purchased, ooh, the lighting, these two Dracaenas, which I'm going to pot together and also put up there, and I think I really like the contrasting of the colors. Dracaenas are also such an easy plant, like, you can never go wrong with getting a Dracaena, in my book anyway. All right, I'm going to show you the rest of the plants. All right, guys, so this is the stuff I got from Home Depot / Lowe's. It's just some golden pothos, some philodendron, just plain green. We got the neon philodendron, we got some marble queens, and we got some philodendron Brazil. These guys are just for decorations around the house, filling up pots. It's just a cheap way to put some plants around your house. And yeah, I also picked up these little succulent guys. Echeveria. This guy I've tried before and I've killed him, but I wanted to try him again. Tiger Jaws, Faucheria, Tangerine, and then this guy is new to me. I've never seen it, and so I wanted to try it. So yeah, this is the stuff that I got from Home Depot and Lowe's in the month of June. So this has been my June haul of 2022. And yeah, that's it. Let me know your opinions on some of the plants, any of the Haworthia names or succulent names, and any tips or tricks. Do you have these plants near you? Are you looking for any of these plants? And until next time, relax, plant. Peace out.